Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Lakers executives are meeting with Lakers owner Jeanie Buss and coach JJ Redick to discuss the future of several players on the roster, as well as players who are targets for signing. The goal is to build a great team to win the championship next season and will assemble a strong supporting cast that fits star Luka Doncic. Some players considered important to the Lakers are expected to leave, some will be free agents and others will be traded. And to bring in a great center and another solid young star will require giving up some players considered starters or rotation players. Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, and Dorian Finney-Smith have uncertain futures with the Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers were shockingly defeated by the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games of the first round of the playoffs this season, and that puts 5 important players on the clock heading into the 2025 offseason. After getting bounced in 5 games by the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round, a series where Rudy Gobert looked like Wilt Chamberlain on the glass and the Los Angeles Lakers looked 2 steps slow, cosmetic tweaks won't cut it this time. Luka Doncic delivered monster offensive numbers in his first postseason run as a Laker, but his defensive lapses were exploited mercilessly by Minnesota's guards. LeBron James, now 40 and still defying father time, can only prop up this roster for so long before the cracks become canyon-sized. And even Austin Reeves, who was supposed to be the franchise's rising star, failed to build on his all-star caliber regular season with a playoff performance that fell flat. Now, GM Rob Pelinka faces a defining summer where he has to be ruthless. If the Lakers want to maximize what's left of LeBron's career and give Luka a defense behind him, they need to chase elite two-way talent and size. That means tough decisions are coming, and up to 5 key players could be wearing different uniforms by the time training camp opens. 1. Austin Reeves. Contract status: $13,937,574, 2025-26, $14,898,786 player option, 2026-27. 2024-25 season stats: 20.2 ppg, 4.5 rpg, 5.8 apg, 1.1 spg, 0.3 bpg. Austin Reeves had the best season of his career in the regular season, posting 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game on 37.7% from 3. Reeves was not the same player in the postseason against the Timberwolves, posting 16.2 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 3.6 assists per game on 31.9% from deep. Reeves is clearly a budding all-star if he continues on this path, but the Lakers need forwards and centers who can defend the rim hellaciously more than score. Luka and LeBron are capable of carrying an offense on their own, but they need help on defense. If the Lakers find a better third option who is a bona fide all-star or if they can bring back a dominant frontcourt player, they will likely have to sacrifice Reeves. The undrafted guard has been a revelation for the Lakers, but as we have seen this season, nobody deserves to be untouchable. 2. Rui Hachimura. Contract status: $18,259,259, 2025-26. 2024-25 season stats: 13.1 ppg, 5.0 rpg, 1.4 apg, 0.8 spg, 0.4 bpg. Rui Hachimura has become a valuable rotational player for the Lakers, averaging 13.1 points and 5.0 rebounds per game this season while posting in the playoffs. However, his $18,259,259 salary makes him one of the team's most movable pieces in a potential trade for a third star. Thinking of stars such as Zach LaVine or even Domantas Sabonis, Hachimura could be included in a blockbuster deal to secure one of these all-star caliber players. For the Lakers, trading Hachimura will have to be a sacrifice they have to take to go all in for the 2025-26 NBA season. While his scoring and versatility are assets, the franchise needs a more dynamic playmaker or scorer to complement Luka and LeBron. Considering he is on a big contract with a salary that can be used in deals, Rue is ultimately very tradable. 3. Dorian Finney-Smith. Contract status, $15,378,480 player option, 2025-26. 2024-25 season stats, 8.7 ppg, 3.9 rpg, 1.4 apg, 0.9 spg, 0.4 bpg. Dorian Finney-Smith has been one of the few reliable defenders for the Lakers since being acquired, but his $15,378,480 player option for the 2025-26 season looms large. Finney-Smith averaged 8.7 points and 3.9 rebounds while shooting 41.1% from three, making him a coveted 3-and-D player in the league. DFS could decline his player option and test free agency, where teams desperate for perimeter defense will pay a premium. For the Lakers, losing Finney-Smith in free agency would be a blow, but it might be necessary for them to clear cap space for some bigger moves. 4. Jared Vanderbilt. Los Angeles Lakers forward Jared Vanderbilt, 2, reacts after being called for a foul during the second half against the Denver Nuggets at Ball Arena. Contract status, $11,571,429, 2025-26, $12,428,571, 2026-27, $13,285,714 player option, 2027-28. 2024-25 season stats, 4.1 ppg, 5.1 rpg, 1.1 apg, 1.0 spg, 0.3 bpg. Jared Vanderbilt was supposed to be a consistent defensive presence for the Lakers, but his role in the rotation has diminished, and he has yet to recover his pre-injury form. Averaging 4.1 points and 5.1 rebounds this season, Vanderbilt hasn't made himself untouchable by any means. Not to mention, his skill set is redundant with Dorian Finney-Smith now on the roster, making him a prime trade candidate if DFS stays. Even if there are other roster moves, Vanderbilt's salary will be used to match deals to bring in better quality role players. The Lakers could look to package Vanderbilt in a deal for a center or forward to address their offensive shortcomings. While his energy and rebounding are valuable, the team may view him as expendable in their pursuit of higher-end talent. 5. Gabe Vincent. Los Angeles Lakers guard Gabe Vincent, 7, against the Phoenix Suns during an NBA Cup game at Footprint Center. Contract status, $11,500,000, 2025-26. 2024-25 season stats, 6.4 ppg, 1.3 rpg, 1.4 apg, 0.7 spg, 0.2 bpg. Gabe Vincent signed a 3-year, $33 million deal with the Lakers in 2023, but his performance hasn't lived up to expectations. Averaging just 6.4 points and 1.4 assists while shooting 35.3% from deep, Vincent has struggled to make a significant impact. With his $11.5 million salary, he could be included in a trade as a salary filler for a bigger deal. The Lakers likely envisioned Vincent as a capable sixth man off the bench after his strong performances with the Miami Heat, but his inconsistent play has made him dispensable. No doubt, the Lakers will look to move on from their underperforming point guard this summer. What sources close to Luka Doncic are saying about his future with the LA Lakers? Luka Doncic's future with the Los Angeles Lakers is still up in the air, with insiders providing a major update. Luka Doncic had his entire career trajectory shaken up when the Dallas Mavericks traded him to the Lakers. It was a shocking situation that no one saw coming. Since the trade, however, Doncic has done quite well, forming quite the partnership with LeBron James that frightened opposing defenders. The Lakers did get eliminated in the playoffs, but there are deeper reasons for that occurring. And since then, there has been some speculation about Luka Doncic's future. Well, according to insiders, Lakers fans can breathe a sigh of relief, as he plans on staying with the team for the foreseeable future. Luka Doncic will patiently wait before re-signing with Lakers. ESPN dropped an in-depth report about the Los Angeles Lakers' future plans. When talking about Luka Doncic, they noted that he has options to sign some massive deals this year. However, Doncic might take a smaller deal to give himself some flexibility. Regardless, they noted that Luka Doncic will be patient and not rush into any new deal. On August 2, the Lakers can offer Doncic a 4-year, $229 million extension. Doncic could also opt to sign a 3-year, $165 million extension with a player option in 2028. According to ESPN NBA front office insider Bobby Marks, which would then allow him to sign a max deal in 2028 that would give him 35% of the salary cap for 5 seasons. Sources close to Doncic say he will take his time with his decision, even though he told ESPN's Malika Andrews before the playoffs that he wants to stay in Los Angeles. One would imagine LeBron James' future with the Los Angeles Lakers would impact Doncic's thought process going forward. Stephen A. Smith admitted that Luka Doncic must be ready to make drastic decisions should LeBron James not stay with the Lakers long-term. Even James refused to help convince Luka Doncic to stay, noting that it's not his responsibility, and Doncic should make his own decisions. Given the stakes, this summer is shaping up to be one of the most important in the history of the Lakers. Rob Pelinka has a big job ahead of him. Lakers injury announcement reveals star played hurt in playoffs. The Los Angeles Lakers enter the offseason with questions after a disappointing first-round exit at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves. On Friday, some notable news came out that revealed LeBron James suffered a grade 2 MCL sprain in Game 5, one that most likely would have prevented him from playing in Game 6. Luka Doncic also suffered a back injury in Game 5 and left briefly, although some think he wasn't as injured as he made it seem. On top of that, Austin Reaves was reportedly playing with an injured big toe for the last few games, per Trevor Lane. Can confirm that Austin Reaves was dealing with a left big toe sprain during the playoffs. Was considered to be a 2 to 4 week injury, but he gutted it out. I'm told Reaves was not walking on it on off days to try to get through the playoffs. Reaves clearly didn't play as well as he had all season, so an injury coming to light is not all that surprising for the Lakers' third option. Lane also revealed the injury happened in Game 3, meaning Reaves played the final 2 games are far less than 100% as he nursed the injury. So, there were a number of unfortunate injury situations for the Lakers, and now they have a long offseason ahead of them to try and see how to fix the roster to maximize the remainder of LeBron James' career. How Nico Harrison's master plan could bring LeBron James to the Dallas Mavericks, that was before. Nico Harrison was ridiculed by the NBA fanbase for trading Luka Doncic to the Lakers. But what if it was step 1 of bringing LeBron James to Dallas? The Los Angeles Lakers landed Luka Doncic in one of the most surprising trades in NBA history. The Dallas Mavericks were panned for letting go of a generational superstar. Doncic's brief stint with the Lakers has shown signs of promise. Even though the Lakers got eliminated, which is due to a number of factors outside of Doncic's control, Luka Doncic has some decisions to make about his future with the Lakers. However, Stephen A. Smith believes LeBron James' decisions might impact his choices. LeBron recently claimed he isn't responsible for Luka staying. Is that because he is planning a sensational move of his own, one orchestrated by the very man who gave him Doncic on a silver platter? Could Nico Harrison bring LeBron James to Dallas? At 40 years old, LeBron James' future with the Lakers is up in the air. The Lakers are expected to retain James by signing a new deal. But according to The Athletic, insiders from James' camp don't rule out a move to another team. They mention James' mention of Anthony Davis and his friendly interactions with Kyrie Irving at Game 5 as a sly message to the Lakers front office. And Nico Harrison is expected to pursue a third superstar this summer, which opens the door for James to go to the Mavericks. So, might James think about finishing his career elsewhere in pursuit of a 5th ring? When posed that question, both league sources close to James and team sources would not rule that possibility out. And that was before the revealing elimination game. The unsolicited mention of Davis in his post-game news conference was a reminder that the two were very close before their unexpected breakup. The same is true about James and Mavericks point guard Kyrie Irving, whose courtside presence at Game 5, and his interactions with James during play, garnered notice on the TNT telecast. As The Athletic reported in February, Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison is expected to pursue another star this summer, be it someone like James or the Phoenix Suns' Kevin Durant. James moving to Mavericks would be shocking. LeBron James has given no indication that he wants to leave the Lakers. However, with LeBron, it is always important to read between the lines. James is incredibly calculated and never says or does anything without a purpose. So his comments and interactions with Davis and Irving, two Mavericks stars, are no coincidence. However, James has presumably had extensive conversations with Doncic about Nico Harrison. Will LeBron and his camp be willing to trust the Mavericks GM? Furthermore, everything we've heard about the passive-aggressive approach of Nico sounds like James would be unhappy under his auspices. But James is desperate to win another NBA championship. And perhaps doing so with two teammates he's won titles with will appeal to him.